Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel once again. So in today's video we are going to learn how we can draw and paint wheat grains. I'm using this 300 GSM watercolor sheet for today's video, but for the drawing purpose you can use normal sheet as well. It's totally fine. So let's start with the first one, wherein we are only going to draw wheat grains. So you can define some strings like this in a different direction, or you can keep these strings straight also. It's totally fine. Then start creating small grains structure like this. It has one pointed end and both the grains are attached with each other. Now you need to repeat the same thing and create some more sections like this when you're growing towards upward direction or maybe in a string direction. So based on that you need to arrange all these grains together. So do it slowly, and you don't need to in fact copy all these things. Whenever you start with doing all these things, you will get to learn how we can draw and arrange these things in a string. So I'm repeating the same thing for the second string as well. Now when it comes to the leaves, we can keep leaves in a different perspective. So create one fine longer leaves like this having pointed end, and then again create same kind of structure above to it so that it should look like little bit tilted. Now second one you can do is creating opposite U, and then again create one line and cross the line and repeat the same thing. So you will see some twist and turn in the leaves. So let's create one more, extend the line and then again connect both the lines together. I'm going to use my gel pen. These are needle pen which I am using to trace. You can use normal ball pen also, it's totally fine. So let me trace everything so that you can see things properly. And I'm tracing all the sections, stems, leaf area and everything with the help of pen. So my first version is only about drawing, so we are concentrating on drawing only and we're not using any watercolor. Now for the inner section, keep the area a little darker as compared to any other area, and then you can create some lines in between every section. So something like this you can do. You can add some extra shading in each sections that you have. So these things are optional, but you can do it to make your drawing more beautiful. And then you can contour the leaves a little bit. Contouring means creating parallel lines according to the object shape. Now with the help of fine pen, this is 005 mm pen, I'm creating this extended spikes of grains. I don't know what we call it, but I'm considering it as spikes of grains. So hope you will understand what I'm trying to say here, and then you can repeat the same thing for other one. Now we're done with the drawing. Now we can think about painting these grains with the help of watercolor. So I have three different versions today to show you. All the three versions are quite simple to paint, to be frank, and even if you are a beginner you can do all these things easily. So my first way to paint these is like draw everything with the help of pen like we did for the first one, but this time I'm doing little bit less shading. So I'm tracing everything with the help of pen. I'm creating leaves, I'm doing some extra detailing, but not like the first one, but everything is drawn with the help of pen. My composition is different as compared to the first one, so you can try different composition. I'm using pen to draw everything like you can see. Now you can put some color over to the grain area and the leaves. So I'm using this yellowish brownish color, and I'm putting these colors, not thinking too much about, because we have already drawn everything with the help of pen, so you don't need to think much around painting all those things. And I think if you know how to draw, then this is the easiest way to paint. You can create spikes with the help of pen also, and with the help of colors as well. Now you can do the same thing for the leaves as well. So paint leaves also. And I think this one is the easiest way to paint, and we are almost done with this particular one. Now let's move to the third one, wherein we are going to start with the watercolor first. So I'm using the size 2 round brush, and I'm pushing my brush in a way so that I can get some structure like this. So these are small leaves, but again I'm arranging all these like a wheat grain itself. You can keep all these at distance so that there should not be any overlapping of colors, and you can arrange all these structure together. So I'm doing it directly. These are one stroke pattern, you can say, but if you're not comfortable doing this in a one single stroke, you can do slowly and gradually. It's totally fine. Now I'm doing the exactly same thing what I did during drawing all these things. Now I'm using little darker shade of brown to create strings, to create a stem, and then you can create leaf as well. So this time I'm going to repeat the same thing while creating leaf, but I'm going to do it directly with the help of watercolor. Keep the inner corner little darker. Now when it comes to the leaf, literally I'm repeating the same thing, but this time we're doing directly with the help of watercolor. So add leaves like this. You can add more grains if you like to, and this is also fine. Like if you want to paint it, this structure is also fine. You can keep it like that also, it's totally fine. But if you do some more detailing with the help of pen, you will see the difference. Now I'm not tracing everything with the help of pen, but I'm highlighting few things a little bit with the help of pen. So I'm highlighting leaf edges, but not throughout, like in between. And then I'm also highlighting the grain section a little bit so that we can see the composition of grains clearly. So it is not like I'm tracing things, but I'm highlighting a little bit here and there. And now you can see the difference between this particular string and the one wherein we have not used pen. We can see the depth of structure clearly when we try to trace a few things with the help of pen. So I think this version is better as compared to only using watercolor, but it's totally fine, up to you what you like to prefer. In this one we have created everything with the help of pen. In this one we have created everything with the help of watercolor, but we are highlighting few things with the help of pen. I'm adding all these spikes also with the help of pen only, and I think this one is my favorite one to do because it's easy to do and it is more precise and more realistic as compared to the second one. Now let me create my composition quickly for the fourth one. So for the fourth one I'm creating only one single string for the grain and two leaves, a simple composition. We don't need this much pencil mark, so I'm rubbing it. instead of using one stroke technique, I'm slowly filling these green section by section. Also, we are using watercolor, so do not paint two grains which is close to each other. So for the first round, I'm painting few grains in between, then I'll keep it aside, let it dry, and then I'm going to do rest of the grains. Meanwhile, we can create stems and leaves. This time I am using dark brown color, but color choice you can define for yourself. I'm not concentrating much on the color. Now you can create leaves with the help of same color. Once your grains have dried completely, you can repeat the same thing for other sections as well. And for extra detailing, you can add little light shade of brown, dark shade of brown, those things you can do. In this one, we are concentrating more on watercolor only, so I really want to use only watercolor. So I'm trying to keep the detailing with the help of watercolor itself. So I'm filling next other sections. You can add spikes with the help of watercolor only. So I'm adding all these spikes with the help of fine brush, and you can use only tip of brush to do all these kind of detailing. Now you can keep things like this only, it's totally fine. We are trying to achieve as much as detailing we can do with the help of watercolor only. You can add little bit of dark shade in between to get some extra shading. So everything is done with the help of watercolor, right? And this much is also enough, totally fine. We don't need to use any pen or anything like that, but we can use pen in such a way wherein we are not able to see the pen structure at all. So I'm using pen, this is 005 pen, very fine pen, and I'm literally using it in between just to define few things. Even you are not able to see whether we are using pen or not. So once you add these kind of detailing, you will see a more realistic version of these grains. So I think if you are an watercolor artist, it's totally fine to use pen to do some extra detailing, and with this simple trick and easy step, you can define more depth into your painting. So hope this video is helpful for you guys. Please do let me know if you have any kind of feedback for me, and thank you so much for watching my videos, commenting on my videos. See you guys in the next video.